What if I told you that there's a proven system for turning any setback into a comeback in the shortest time possible? And what if I told you that this system works whether you're dealing with a business failure, a financial crisis, a relationship breakdown, or a health challenge, or any other major life disruption? And what if I told you that you could start this process today with just 4 simple steps? Would you want to know what those 4 steps are? Would you want to know how to begin that process of change today? I want to welcome you back to our video series, and my name's John Reddick. And in our last video, we talked about the truth about setbacks. We all have them, don't we? We all have challenges. We all have problems and opportunities, and how that those problems and setbacks and opportunities are actually preparing us for something better. Today, I'm going to give you the exact system I use to help people and myself quickly start turning these situations around. These aren't theories or feel-good concepts. They're actually practical, proven steps that create immediate momentum, even when you feel completely stuck. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn, number 1, how to instantly shift your perspective so you can see opportunities instead of just obstacles. Number 2, you're going to learn about the intelligence extraction process that turns every setback into a valuable set of wisdom and tools. Number 3, how to create an action plan that actually works instead of just looking good on paper. Number 4, you're going to learn the secret to breaking inertia and creating unstoppable momentum, starting with just one small action. By the end of this video, you're going to learn a complete roadmap for moving from stuck to unstuck and from setback to comeback, and do it in record time. So let's dive in. Step number 1, write this down. Reframe your setback as an opportunity to learn and grow. Here's the first thing you must understand. Your perspective determines your possibilities. When you see your setback as a disaster, you look for evidence that you are finished. When you see your setback as a learning opportunity, you start looking for evidence on how to move forward. Same situation, completely different outcomes. Let me give you a real-world example. Sarah Blakely, who is the founder of Spanx, was rejected by manufacturer after manufacturer. She could have seen each rejection as proof that her idea would never work, but instead, she took each one of those rejections and reframed them as valuable marketing research. Each no taught her and gave her something new about her product, about her pitch, about her approach. This perspective shift kept her moving forward until she found the right partners and built a billion-dollar company. Same rejections, different perspective, different results. So, here's how to do this reframing for yourself. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this experience? Instead of, this ruined everything, say, this is redirecting me toward something better. Instead of, I'm a failure, say, I'm learning what doesn't work so I can find what does. Your first action step is to do this. Right now, write down your current setback in one sentence. Then rewrite it as a learning opportunity. For example, I lost my job becomes I'm learning what kind of work truly fulfills me. My business failed becomes I'm learning how to build a stronger business. My relationship has ended because I'm learning what I really need in a partner. This isn't denial. This isn't pretending everything is fine. This is choosing a perspective that empowers you instead of one that paralyzes you. Have you ever felt that way? Paralyzed by a situation? You can change that. Step number 2, identify specific lessons or insights from the experience. Once you have reframed your setback as a learning opportunity, the next step is to systematically extract every ounce of value from the experience. Most people waste their setbacks. They experience the pain, but they never collect the wisdom from it. It's like going to an expensive university, paying full tuition, but never attending the classes. You've already paid the price for this education. Now you need to get the education you paid for. If you want to examine your setback, do it through these three lenses. First, the first lens you need to examine your setback through is the microscope. Look at the specific details and the decisions that directly contributed to your outcome. What were the immediate causes? What specific choices led to this result? What would you do differently if you faced the same situation again? Lens number 2 is the wide-angle lens. Look at the broader context, including timing, market conditions, relationships, and external factors that influenced your situation. What larger forces were at play? What trends or changes did you miss? How did the environment contribute to what happened? Lens number 3 is the time-lapse lens. Look at the long-term patterns that may have been building up to this moment. Were there warning signs you missed? What patterns in your behavior or decision-making set you up for this outcome? What would someone observing your life over the past 5 years, what would they have predicted about this setback? Here's what you're looking for. Number 1, technical lessons. What specific skills or knowledge would have made a difference? Secondly, you should be looking at strategic lessons. What higher level decisions would you change? Thirdly, what are the personal lessons? What did you learn about your strengths, your weaknesses, and your working style? What about the relationship lessons? What did you learn about building and maintaining relationships? So here's your second action step. Create a lessons learned document. Write down at least 3 insights from each of these lenses. This becomes your personal intelligence file that guides all of your future decisions. The goal isn't to beat yourself up. The goal is to extract the wisdom that makes you stronger and smarter going forward. Step number 3, create an action plan focused on your next steps. Knowledge without action is completely worthless. You can understand what went wrong and know what you should do differently, but until you convert that knowledge into concrete action, nothing is going to change. This is where most people get stuck. They understand their situation, they know what they need to do, but they never create a specific plan for how to actually do it. Here's how to create an action plan that actually works. Let's first use the bridge strategy. Think of your action plan as a bridge connecting where you are now to where you want to be. Every effective bridge has 3 elements to it. A clear destination. You must know exactly where you're going. Secondly, a solid foundation. Your plan must be built on the lessons you've learned. And thirdly, manageable segments. The bridge must be broken into sections you can build one at a time. Now let's talk about the 90-day sprint method. Don't try to plan your entire comeback. Just plan the next 90 days. 90 days is long enough to accomplish some meaningful progress, but short enough to maintain focus and motivation. Ask yourself, what specific outcome can I achieve in the next 90 days? What would represent real progress toward my comeback? Then break that 90-day goal into weekly milestones, and break those weekly milestones into daily actions. Now then, let's prioritize using the impact feasibility matrix. Not all actions are created equal. Some will move you significantly closer to your comeback without doing it over a long period of time and doing it with relatively little effort. Others require massive investment for minimal return. Draw two lines now on a piece of paper and label one axis impact, low to high, label the other axis feasibility, low to high. Plot each potential action on this grid. High impact, high feasibility. Start here. These are your quick wins. High impact, low feasibility. These are your major projects. So break them into smaller pieces. Low impact, high feasibility. Use these to maintain momentum. Low impact, low feasibility. Get rid of those completely. Now then, let's look at your third action step. Create your 90-day comeback objective. Write it down in one clear sentence. Then list the top 5 actions that will move you toward that objective. Prioritize them using the impact feasibility matrix, and this then becomes your roadmap for the next 3 months. Now then, let's talk about step number 4. Take immediate action on one small item from your plan. This is probably the most important step, and it's where most people fail. They do steps 1, 2, and 3 perfectly, but they reframe their situation. They extract valuable lessons, and they create beautiful action plans, but they don't do anything. Matter of fact, most of them just sit there, stare at the plan, and never get any real or meaningful results. Here's what you must understand. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait until you feel motivated to take action. You take action to create motivation. Momentum is more important than magnitude. You don't need to take a huge action. You need to take some action. Movement creates more movement. Progress creates more progress. Success creates more success. Now, let's look at the minimum viable action principle. Choose the smallest possible action for your plan. That still counts as real progress. Something you can complete today in just a few hours with resources you currently have. Now, what could this be? This might be making one phone call, or it could be sending one email. It could be updating your resume, researching an opportunity, or reaching out to one contact, applying for one position. The size doesn't matter, but what matters is breaking the inertia and proving to yourself that you can move forward. So let's look at the 2-minute rule. I want you to apply this to these processes right now. If an action takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Don't add to it and put it on a to-do list. Don't schedule it for later. Do it right now. This prevents small tasks from accumulating and keeps you in action-taking mode. So here's your 4th action step. Get ready. From your action plan, choose one action you can complete today. Something small, something achievable, something that moves you forward. Then do it. And before you watch another video, before you read another book, before you tell anyone else about your plans, do it right now. Now, let me give you a real-world example of a situation of how someone took these steps and turned their situation around. Jennifer lost her marketing director position during some company layoffs. At first, she was devastated, she was angry, she became bitter, but then she applied these 4 steps to her situation. Step 1, she reframed her outlook, her perspective, and instead of, I was unfairly laid off, she said, this is forcing me to explore some new opportunities. And I was too comfortable to do that before. Step number 2, she extracted some lessons from it. She realized she had become too specialized and hadn't kept up with the digital marketing trends and had focused only on her department instead of understanding the broader landscape of the business. Step number 3, she created a plan. Her 90-day objective became get certified in digital marketing and secure a position that pays 20% more than my previous job. And step number 4, she started to take some action. Her first small action was uploading and updating her new LinkedIn profile and got it in the best shape possible. And she listed her most recent accomplishments. She did it that day. The one action led to a message from a recruiter, which led to an interview, which led to a job offer that paid 30% more than her previous position. 4 simple steps and life-changing results. Now, let me give you an implementation warning. Here's what I need to warn you about right now. These steps work, but only if you work them. Reading about them won't change your situation. Understanding them won't create your comeback. Doing them will. I've seen people transform their lives completely using these exact 4 steps. I've also seen people read about these steps, nod their heads in agreement, and say, well, that makes perfect sense, and then do absolutely nothing to be one of those people. Your comeback doesn't happen automatically. It happens through choice, through action, through persistence, through faith. It happens when you decide that your setback was not the end of your story, but the beginning of your comeback story. So I want to close this video with this. Here's my challenge to you. Don't just watch this video, use this video. Take the 4 steps that I have given you and apply them to your specific situation. And don't wait. Start today. Start right now. Your setback has already happened. You can't change that. But your comeback, that's entirely in your hands. It starts with how you choose to see your situation. It continues with the lessons you chose to learn. It accelerates with the plan you choose to create. And it becomes reality when you choose to take action. Your comeback is not someday. Your comeback is today, if you choose to make it that way. In our next video, we're going to dive deep into the psychology of thinking and how right thinking creates right results while wrong thinking keeps you trapped in struggle. This is foundational material that determines whether your comeback succeeds or fails. You won't want to miss that video. But first, take those 4 steps and apply them to your situation. Create some momentum. Prove to yourself today that change is possible. Your comeback starts now. Thanks for watching this video and get ready for the next one. And we're looking forward to seeing you active in our community here on School. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.